Hi everyone, today we're making palazzo trouser. Here I'm drawing a straight line indicating the length of the trouser. Then I'm going to go to the waist and get the circumference of the trouser and divide that by 4. Then I'm going to add 0.2 inches to that and 1 inch for the dart. To come down, and then I'm going to come down and get the hip measurement. So from the hip to the waist is 9 inches. Then I get the circumference of the hip and I put a line there. Then to get the crotch, I go from the waist down 12 inches away, or I can go 3 inches away from the hip to get the crotch measurement. Then to get the knee measurement, I go from the crotch down to the ankle and get the midpoint of the crotch and the ankle, and that would be our knee measurement. Make sure to indicate the different parts that you have drawn so you know exactly where you are cutting. So now I need to get the ankle of the trouser. To get the ankle, you divide that by 2 to get the ankle, which is going to be 7, but I'm working with a palazzo trouser here, so I'm going to use the block measurement. That means from the hip straight down to the length of the trouser, and I'm going to square it out. So now to get the crotch, I'm going to divide the hip by 3, and whatever I get there is what I'm going to get for the crotch. And I'm going to draw a line outwards from the crotch line. And also to get the midpoint of your crotch, you divide that the 3 inches you had gotten earlier, or 3.5 inches you had gotten for your crotch. Get the midpoint of that and indicate that whatever that is what you're going to measure, and draw a vertical line to indicate how your curve is going to look on the crotch area. So now we need to get the waist part of the dart for the trouser. So to get the dart, we measure the midpoint of the waist. Then from the midpoint of the waist, we go down 4 inches and get a straight line and get 0.25 inches away and connect that. And also we go down from the waist 4 inches to get the distance of the dart. You connect the lines together, and that is your front dart for your front trouser. So also, in order for us to get the front piece complete, we are going to connect the lines. So as you can see, I'm working with a palazzo pant, so I'm squaring out my leg piece. It's just a straight line downwards, and then I use a hip curve to connect the hip area to the waist to give it a perfect curve. Also here, I'm just indicating in case you want your trouser to be pencil or to be a little bit fitted, so you just put a straight line and you connect that to your 7 inches at the ankle that you had measured earlier. You just connect that to the hip. As you can see, it looks like a perfect pencil trouser. So now we're going to be getting the back piece of the trouser. This is the front piece we have done. So now to get the back piece, we're going to go 2 inches away from the crotch, and then we're going to go down to the knee and get 1.5 inches, and then we go down to the ankle and get 1 inch. And then we connect those points together like we did for the front. So now the next thing is to get the darts for the back. So now, in order for us to get that,
so to get the crotch of the back,
have to get the
part
midpoint
of the trouser
of that waist.
We need to measure.
When we get the midpoint, at the midpoint we go down 4 inches again, like we did at the front piece. Then we take out 5 cm on each side to get the dart, and we connect those lines. So yes, basically this is the block pattern of our palazzo pant, and here I am just going to use a hip curve to create a little curve in my waistline so it's not too sharp and not too straight. Also, lastly, I'm going to be getting the grain line, and for me to get the grain line of this trouser, I'm going to go from the first line we got earlier when making the trouser pattern and get 3.7 inches from that place downwards, and there we have a grain line and our pattern is complete. So here I am getting the waistband for my trouser, and like I said, my trouser is going to be on my empire waist, and empire waist is the smallest part of your waist. So here I'm going to take 2 inches from the original waist down, then I'm going to literally trace the lines and make sure I use the dots that are already there. And then when I get the darts correctly, I'm going to use a masking tape to put that down in order for me to get the correct measurement of my waistband. Don't forget that you have a dart on your trouser piece already, so the waistband has to correspond with that. So guys, I'm putting my trouser piece together. As you can see, my zipper has been done. For some reason my camera didn't capture that. I'm really sorry guys, it had turned off, my battery was low, but here it is. I'm going to do another video of how to put the zipper. Yes, so my zipper has been put, and now I'm going to get my waistband put together. So I'm going to join 2 pieces each to one another, and then I'll join the 4 pieces together and create a long belt. And yes guys, here I'm just stitching it together to make it all one before I connect it to my trouser piece. And of course we have to run an iron on it so that it's flat and it's very neat. Then I bring it to my trouser piece and I look for the center point, the midpoint of the belt, and connect it to each point. So now that I've joined it together, I am trying to finish up the belt area, and now I'm going to flip it over, which I already have. I'm going to use pins to hold it together, tuck it in at the tip so that it doesn't come out, so the tip becomes very neat. Then I'll run stitch on it and we are done with our trouser, guys. So I'm going to get someone to put it on. So yes, this is how it looks. Yes.